Let's talk about empathy. And is anyone else feeling this new moon in Pisces that's coming up on Sunday? This energy of empathy and emotional awareness and mindfulness. For me, I feel almost liberated from this new profound level of empathy. I always consider myself empathetic and an emotional person that is able to empathize with people because of that. And I don't know, as of late, I feel like I lost that level of empathy or just lack thereof. It was less. I don't know what triggered it or what I could say necessarily made me feel less empathetic towards people. Probably just life sometimes beats you down and you go through emotional battles and you start feeling like, man, you're tired of pushing, tired of always, just fighting the good fight, as they say. But I don't know, today I just took a step back and subconsciously that level of empathy was just overwhelming, but in a good way, and it felt really good, and it hasn't gone, it hasn't passed, it's here to stay, and it's very profound and almost like enlightening and liberating. So two examples I'll give you. So far, my day's not over. It's only 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and already I'm feeling like, whoa. So at work, I work with police recruits for a living. And I'll be honest, I'll be the first to say that sometimes I just can't empathize with them and their struggles, because I just feel like you're signing up for something that you're aware of, a job opportunity that you're aware of far in advance, sometimes even 3 years in advance of the physical requirements, and it's coming in 3 years, so you have time. And I struggle sometimes with empathizing with their battles as far as their physical state, and I found myself today just watching the recruits train, and the small accomplishments bring them so much happiness. And I felt good for them. I felt really happy for them. I felt really, really joyous in that moment, and it made me feel great, and I felt good for them. And it was just a great feeling. Something as small as, shaving off some time from a physical test, or getting over a wall. May not be with the required vest or whatever the case is, but just the small feats that they were able to overcome brought so much joy, and they were so incredibly happy, and it just made me happy for them. And that was my first example of empathy today. And then driving home from work, you get off, you're on the highway, you get off the exit, a little bit of traffic, it's a popular exit, and there's always that person that we're assuming is homeless, but somebody's there asking for money, asking for food, spare change, like whatever. They're there walking up and down with a sign, and regardless of their circumstance, there's debate whether these people with signs asking for things are legit or not, whatever. That's neither here nor there. But what I did feel at that moment, I started looking through my stuff and seeing if there was anything I could just offer up. I don't usually carry cash. I'm terrible with that. So I didn't, unfortunately, today have anything to offer this person. But when I looked as he walked by, and I looked in my side view mirror, I could see the bottle of alcohol in his back pocket. And now listen, I'm not judging anybody, but I will say this. If this were to have been an experience any other time from today, I probably would have felt a certain kind of way seeing a bottle of alcohol in their back pocket. I probably would have said to myself, man, like, that's where the money's going, you know? Some, like, nasty thought. And I say it's nasty, like, probably at the time of me thinking that in the past, I probably wouldn't have thought it was a nasty thought. If anything, their actions of spending people's hard-earned money on alcohol rather than food would get me angry. But I think that's a fair argument. I think anybody would probably feel the same way. Like, you know, wow, I'm donating, I'm helping, I feel bad for you, or whatever the case is for your circumstances. I'm trying to help you and you're here buying alcohol. So I don't think I gotta be honest and say that that's probably a thought I would have had any other day aside from today. So I see this today, and the first thought wasn't that at all. Like, seriously, it was just straight empathy. And my thought was, man, like, I'm not even mad, you know? I said to myself, I'm not even mad at seeing that, because whether or not this person takes the money or takes whatever and uses it or doesn't use it, or uses it for something that is not what I wish they would use it for, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm in a position where if I have the ability to help someone, I should just be happy and thankful that I'm able to do that, to be in that position, to be on this side of the fence. And me seeing that bottle, I felt like, man, that's his way of coping. And who am I to judge? You know, who am I to judge what he wants to spend whatever change he has on? And I felt like, you know what? For some people, that's numbing their pain, whether it's emotional, physical. For some people, it's keeping them warm, the alcohol. You know, it's serving as a meal. It curbs their hunger longer, or whatever. You know, it's just an escape for their current circumstance. And now, again, this is just me assuming, but it's a better assumption than judging, you know, or having the lack of empathy in that moment. So I was just like, wow, like, one, who am I? And it's funny, like, I don't think that I'm not this person. I am, but I think we could all relate that just sometimes you have a little more empathy than other times, or it's a feeling that comes and goes. But, you know, today it was so prominent. It was just like really out there. I was feeling for people today, and I don't know if that has anything to do with the Pisces new moon coming on Sunday, but, you know, I will say this, I appreciate it. It was eye-opening, and I hope that it sticks around, because I truly feel good. And I know it sounds selfish, like, oh, you feel good, you know, what about that guy? Like, but listen, I feel good because I cared, and I didn't judge that person, and I didn't assume the worst. You know, I felt like, man, I could sympathize and I empathize with your struggle. And whether or not he's lying or not, and whether or not he's in good conditions or in better conditions, it doesn't matter. The fact is, it's 44 degrees outside in February, and you're standing there, and I'm in my car, and I'm driving home. So who am I to assume anything? You know, I'm on the better end, or the better side of the fence, arguably. And I was empathetic, and I just think it was a great feeling. So I hope people out there feel the same way, and if they don't, strive for it and just be more mindful and in the moment, and check your feelings, check your thoughts, see what's going on, see what energy we're emulating, you know, or rather energy that we're emitting to the universe. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. All right, guys, see you later.